We're gonna crash! No freaking way, dude. This is insane to me. Well, welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and talk over the intro because who freaking cares? Welcome to Atelier Ryza DX. The trilogy just dropped as of technically today, I guess. They said the 25th, but it dropped yesterday was the 25th. There we go. The DX trilogy is here. I don't know. Like yesterday was the 25th as of recording this video, and then nothing happened. Like I checked the whole day and nothing happened. So it actually released on the 26th. So Steam lied to me. Either that or Koei Tecmo got the dates wrong. One of the two, which would mean they also technically lied too, I guess. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm super excited. This is going to be the second. I'm about to say very first. We're playing Spider-Man. I haven't even uploaded the second video on it. Alright, well, Spider-Man's taking a hiatus already immediately, but we're going to be getting into Ryza DX. I'm going to be finishing the original Ryza 3 on the main channel. If you want to go check that out, you can. I'm not going to be doing it immediately, but I'm going to be covering this, all the bonus content, and the DLC because I didn't do that in my original series on the main channel. Like I said, you can go check out the main channel if you want to go see Sonic content, whatever, stuff like that. And as well as, oh, that's right. Hold on. Wasn't even playing audio. I'm so cringe, bro. I'm so cringe. But here we are, Atelier, Ryza, and the secret Everdarkness Secret Hideout DX. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure all the settings are good. Graphics. Can I set this is a max? Hold up. No shot, right? Unlimited. Standard, high. I'm gonna guess this is the best. Long. I don't know what's good and what isn't on these, but apply. Excuse me, sorry. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna get this junk running on the highest quality possible. But I'm super hyped to get back into this game because I really like this game. And I'm not gonna lie, I am very okay. Let me make sure all the deal. What? After story, after that. So okay, so all the DLC is here, but they've added this where Romy and Agatha are playable, so that's gonna be here. That's really cool. I didn't think they would do a story like that, but I guess this makes sense because they all leave at the end. Spoilers for anybody that doesn't already know, but this game's pretty freaking old. Just the DX is out now, so. But let's get into this. I'm ready. I'm wondering if they made any like quality of life improvements. I guess we'll get to see as we get into it, right? But I'm super excited. I don't know, in a weird way, I didn't get to see the release cycle of any of these games because I wasn't into Atelier at that point. But now, like, here we are, and I can be excited about it, even though I already know what happens in all three of the freaking games. So, you know, that's pretty interesting. But I will be covering all that DLC that you just saw. I will be covering that because I was originally going to come back to it, and then I just never did. I never actually experienced any of that DLC, so I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to make sure I do all of it in this game before I even move to 2, and then when I do 2, I'm going to do all the DLC in 2, and I'm not even going to do anything until we get to 3, and then I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be covering the whole DX trilogy on the channel, so you're going to want to watch for it. These videos are probably going to be very unedited, very long. I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna try to get them out once a week, so be looking out for at least once a week. So it's gonna kind of pad out the playthrough, but longer videos at semi-high quality. And it's more manageable this way because holy bro, I'm not gonna be able to freaking manage uploading almost semi-daily, like every other day on this. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that on this channel. No way. So I'm just going to worry about doing this weekly. So if you want to see these will be weekly uploads. I'll make sure to put a update on the main channel. Don't worry about that. But the lighting does look like it's changed. It looks like, okay, so something that I noticed, and I literally played one yesterday, or no, not yesterday, the day before. I played one a little bit because I'm not done with the one on PC yet, but I noticed that, okay, first of all, there's autoplay, which is awesome because they didn't have that in the first game. So that's awesome. But something I noticed was the first game, I really loved the first game, but something I didn't really like about it was it looked very like washed out. Like it looked very like colors were bland. It looks a lot more vibrant here. You can still kind of see it, but it looks like they definitely took a lot of it out and colored it more. Because I mean, there's Tao and like his hair is more golden, vibrant-ish. So makes a lot of sense. And the way that the crest, yeah, it looks way less washed out, which is great because it's noticeable when you're indoors, not here. It was in the original, but here it looks like they've definitely taken out a lot of that washed out look, which I'm really excited about. Now I am gonna say this first part of the game is gonna be a little rough. This game, I don't know why, but this game holds your hand a good bit here at the beginning, so it's going to be a little annoying, at least for the first 6 hours. This is like a 20-hour game. In the first like 20 or the first 6, they really hold your hand, like kind of guide you straight through. Like you won't be able to do too much, so you really gotta kind of like lock in. So I'm not gonna try to do as much extra exploring as I usually do. I'm still gonna try to do it so I'm up on material, but I'm gonna try to do as much as the game will let me without actually doing that. And I'll cut out a good bit of exploration if I feel like it's got a lot of filler stuff and, you know, stuff that y'all have already seen, but you never know. There might be somebody who's never played this the Ryza trilogy yet, so I want to leave a lot of stuff in. So we'll really see what happens. Also, I'm going to be talking over these cutscenes because, one, it's Japanese. It's Japanese, so I'm not attempting to y'all can read at your own pace. It's on auto. Read at your own pace. If you're too slow, pause to read. Who cares? I don't freaking care. That's your problem if you can't read. Okay, look, I'm just built different compared to the rest of y'all. I had a college reading level in 3rd grade, all right? That's how smart I was. I was so big brain, and I already know what happened, so I don't even really need to worry about that. But maybe, who knows, maybe there's some dialogue changes. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens. But I will be paying more attention when we get into the DLC, because like I said, I've hardly covered a lot of the DLC stuff, and I would assume they've added voice acting, because when I did the beach, I did play the beach one a little bit, and there wasn't a lot. I also never explored the Secret Solitary Island. If that's in the game, we'll definitely have to do that too. So, and because we have the original trilogy, we should be getting new costumes, which I'm going to be repping for most of this playthrough, because they looked really, really cool, and I wanted to try them out, so definitely gonna do that. But let's get in. It looks like they're going to start giving us, oh, never mind. Okay, hold up. Something already looks different here. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think they showed up in this cutscene before. Lent and Tao. I don't think they showed up in this cutscene before. I could be wrong. It's been a while, but yeah, look. It looks way less. No, I think they were. It looks way less washed out. It's way more vibrant and colorful now. It looks really nice. Yeah, it looks way nicer. Holy crap. All right, I can't wait to get in. Let's see the... Okay. It's gonna already tell me how to do stuff I already know how to do. This is gonna be the most annoying part. Oh my gosh. I am excited to see what kind of changes they've made to maybe the HUD or anything. Photo mode. Okay, nice. It's gonna tell me everything. Oh no. They're gonna be like, oh, you unlocked everything, because they didn't have photo mode in this game originally. Okay, okay. The map area looks a little different now. Also, I've noticed, I don't think the map rotates, or did it ever do that? Oh, look! There's a basket down there. There's a basket, so now we know how much items we're grabbing and what we're getting. So that's actually really, really good. And it does seem like there's little icons here to tell you if you can go in and out of areas. That's pretty good. Initial dash item set. Save data bonus for Atelier Ryza 2. So, ooh. Okay. Atelier Ryza 3, yeah, I have that too. Okay, and I have that too. Nice. Okay, whoa, okay, whoa. Did you see that? No shot they just gave me that junk, dude. No shot! What? They give you the wind shoes and the knapsack off rip? Oh, nah, bro. We definitely gonna... Oh, that's gonna be good. I do want to see... Does she have... Okay. What? They gave her the blue pony? Secrets of Kirk... Hold on. They gave her the alternate colors that the PlayStation had. Even more? Okay, there's the bathing suit, which is really nice. Okay. That's her. This is her DX one. What? Oh my gosh, this looks really good. I like this with the bun and everything. I might... Oh, hold on. But I really liked this. This wasn't in the original. I really like this. Secret of Kirk Island. Hold on. Hold up. Look at that. They didn't have these. Some of these are extra too. Warriors Day Off. Muscle Volcano. Warriors. Okay, yeah. Nah, you're getting this. You are dripped to the T. You're getting this junk. You are getting this junk. Okay. Inner bravery. All right. All right. Hey. Dripped. 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 I might keep this on Ryza because I really like this. But I really like that. Oh my gosh. I would rep that the whole dadgum game, bro. Okay, you know what? We'll go ahead and put the DLC suits on for now. And we'll see how oh my gosh, these are so nice. Dude, look at this. The game runs really smooth too. I might turn that filtering on though. It does look like... Hold on. Look at this, dude. Wow. They've really done it now. Okay, we're gonna go this way, yes. Dude, this costume is amazing. Look at this costume. And this was never in the original game. Like, this is oh my gosh, this is such a pretty costume. This is such a... I'll definitely be repping different costumes as the course of the game goes on. I'm definitely gonna be running, what is it? That Poonie costume that I saw. The blue Poonie costume was from 2, but the other one, the like Secrets of Kirkin, that was not even in any of the games. So I'm wondering if that's just like a Ryza or whatever. But I'm keeping the drip on Lint and Tao for sure. Yeah. Look at him drip. Dude, he is dripped, and he's got the iron arm too still. Dude, they're so dripped. Oh my gosh, look at that costume. She looks so gorgeous too. Y'all are gonna find out very quickly. If you haven't already known from like streams and stuff like that, you're gonna find out very quickly. I have a huge crush on this character. It's not even funny. It's not even freaking funny how much of a huge... I'm really loving how vibrant this is. Because like I said, the game was already vibrant on its own in the original, but it was very, in my opinion, washed out. I didn't really like the way that it looked in some cases. So it was really great that it looks better here. And Agatha Harmon. There she is again. Time to get it. Whoa, look at her hair with the little... Oh my gosh, dude. Hey, I'm about to be fanboying, bro. Look at her, dude. She looks so adorable. I love it. I specifically have a crush on the older version of Ryza, though. But, you know, she's a little young here. But, you know... I like to think of it as, at the time this game came out, not specifically the DX, but the original, I was like hurt. I'm pretty sure at the time this game came out, I was also... She's 17 in this game. When the first game came out in 2018, I was 17. Yeah, I was. Because 2019, 2020, I turned 18, because I graduated in 2020. Graduated high school. Anyway, so, yeah. Oh, whoa, that's a different animation. I wonder if they've added newer animations. That would be interesting, because I will say a lot of the cutscene animations looked really bland in the original game. So if they've added like newer animations, that would be really cool to kind of like liven it up a little bit. Because like, I don't remember Lint really doing some of that stuff. Ryza does that all the time though. Oh my gosh, she looks gorgeous in this costume now. I love it. Okay. You know, I've realized the frame rate might just because of because I'm recording at the same time, and we can't really pick anything up yet because we haven't, like, you know, done any of the main stuff, but it's gonna be a while before we get Claudia on our team. It's gonna be a while before we get Empel, Leela, you know, Agatha as well, and Romy. It's gonna be a while before we get any of them on our team, especially Romy and Agatha. They're gonna be at the very end, but so we're gonna be running these main three for a good bit, so it's gonna be interesting. I wonder if they've actually made any changes to the battling system, because the battling system was really good in this game, but they drastically improved it over 2 and 3. 3 has my favorite battling system, not of just this trilogy, but like of JRPG games in general. Freaking love that battle system. Real-time battles, and I've noticed, I don't know if they took off of Fire Emblem in that way, or not Fire Emblem, Xenoblade in that way, because Pokemon ZA did that, Legend ZA did that, where they did what Xenoblade does, where it's automatic and it's on a real-time scale, and you aren't taking turns or anything, so I would be interested to see. Ooh, sorry. Sorry, I know I'm gross, bro. I just got, my nose is killing me. I have allergies so bad over here. It's fall, you know how that goes. I probably do sound a little stuffy though. Dude, I love her hair so much. The hair is so beautiful. I love it. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm wondering if I don't think they've made any too drastic of changes to it, but it would still be really interesting to see it. It would still be really interesting to see it, you know, have some changes to it, so that would be really cool. But I'm loving this costume. This might be my favorite, because I've seen all three, the 3 ones that they advertised, and this one probably is my favorite, honestly. I love this one. So we'll see what happens. And this is, you know, Towel development, bro. He's all scaredy cat, and then he gets like really like goated near the end, and then he's like really goated. Y'all know I always got to find a character in every series I play to hate on, and like Tails is that character for me in Sonic. Tao's that character for me. But the difference between like Tails and Tao is like Tails just actually sucks. Tao is goated. Tao is goated, alright? Like, he actually, like, yeah, he's a little bit of a scaredy cat at the beginning. It's easy to pick on him. He's easy pickings at first, but he grows up and he becomes a freaking goat. Like, she's persuading him. The troublemakers of Kirkin Island back at it again. Let's get it. Yeah, like I said, this game's gonna be holding our hands, so we're gonna be stuck in cutscene limbo for a while. I mean, that's really most of this game. That's most JRPGs anyway, so just expect that. But we are gonna be stuck in cutscene limbo for a good bit. And I'll be changing costumes periodically, probably colors, whatever, depending on just how I feel and what I record and whatever. Bro, God, I can't with this guy. I'll be excited to see 2s though, because here's the thing. Those alternate colors were only ever... Wow. Why is the Steam achievement so small? I can hardly see it, bro. What the frick? So, the alternate colors were only ever in the PlayStation version. They were not in the original PC version, so I'm glad to see them here. Like, they have everything here, so I'm glad to see the alternate colors, because they're and an added extra one too, like, because I know what they look like. That's really good to see those here, because, you know, it's nice to change it up every once in a while. But okay. Sorry. Grand adventure. Now let's get to it. Yeah, bro, let's do it. We're here. I kind of don't want to battle with them having these nice clothes on, but I'm gonna do it, you know? Also, the physics on that weird bow part of her back is like really weird. I've noticed that immediately. I love the little bun in her hair and the little twist. It's so cute. That's not too bad in the cutscenes though. It's a little weird when you're like running around though, but our girl, Thaisalin Stout, bro. Thizolin stout Ryza. It's crazy. Pixie Forest. Let's get it. Time to get into like some of our first battles. I'm hyped. I'm ready. And the music too, man. It's taking me back because I love the music in this game, dude. It's very adventurous, just like that. Yeah, it definitely looks like they've improved her animation, because I know she probably did something like this, but now she's doing like this all the way. Like, they've definitely improved some animations. You can tell too, because I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little jank, but I get why they wanted to do that, make the animations and cutscenes look a little better. So I get probably why they did that in general, but because it looks a little jank, but either way, let's get into it, because we actually got this gameplay going. So you can actually, you can hold, but if you hold this down, you can actually sprint. So, and the sprinting's obviously better, but I like that you can see these little doors now. It kind of helps you like know. It's not that the first game was a little unclear. It was. There were definitely times you can get lost. It was a little unclear, even with the smaller map. So you really had to be like cautious. So I guess they probably did that because that was like a main complaint. I'm willing to bet the main reason we really even got this trilogy in the first place was for this game. This game's probably gonna have the most improvements to it, because this game's already an incredibly solid game, but I guess they just wanted to make it like the definitive best experience for the game, which this game definitely has the most age out of all of them, because it was the first one, you know, and it was a departure from the series mainly. But I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, you know, the game's still good. Yeah, the game's amazing, but it definitely needed a lot of improvements. Good new animations. Good new animations, which is really nice. There's a lot of clipping, though. They didn't have that clipping before. So there's definitely a little bit of issues I've seen, but it's something I can brush off. I don't really care. And new animations and stuff is nice. The new vibrant color without the washout look is way better. There's a lot of improvements that they've made on this game, because this game definitely wasn't explicitly clear all the time, you know. I'm curious to see what they'll do for 2, though, because 2 is regarded as the best one in the trilogy. A lot of people like that one over 3, so I would be interested to see how much they've done to 2 to make it an even better game, because I liked 2 a lot, but I like 3 more. Personally, I'm more of a 3 guy. I don't know. Me, every third game in the series has always been like my favorite in each game. I don't know. It's just how I've always been. Okay, I know how to do this. I'm wondering if they've changed it. Okay, it's not going to let me switch for now. Okay, so we're going to use a normal attack. Yep. Okay, yeah. So far, everything looks and seems the same. So we're going to tactics level. Okay. Cannot block still, so that's interesting. Okay. It does look like the buttons are a little more, like, clear-ish. Yeah. Okay. Targets, yeah. Okay, cool. And the switching is still, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. Easy. Alright, yep. So, it does seem like it's more sped up, which is nice. So there's that. It does seem like it's more sped up. Bro's like, I can't believe we did that. Bro, you fought a simple... I gotta remember they're not at their strongest forms yet. But they just fought a little simple slime. Dang, the wind is going crazy. For that thing to be going as crazy as it is. Yep, we 100% survived, yep. I just noticed she still does have the alchemy, like, she does still have the alchemy little things on her thing, so that she still does definitely have like the alchemy origins in this costume. This is such a nice costume. I love the vibrant red. So nice. That's your first Telltale sign. Like you can definitely tell that this isn't as washed out as it was. Like, this looked a lot like the battle area definitely was more washed out looking back then. But they've made it more vibrant and colorful now, which is really nice. Okay, yeah, let's get it. Let's build up some AP real quick. You can't block in this. I always forget that you can't do that. So, for now, we just gotta build up some AP. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. See, look at her go. That's my girl right there, bro. All right, we're gonna try to level up as much as we can. I will say, Ryza is definitely a game where levels matter. Ryza 2 and Ryza 3, not as much. This game, levels matter. Alchemy level matters. Overall level matters. You need to know how to play this game, because this game is pretty difficult. Even on normal difficulty, which we're going to be playing on, I'm not going to be doing hard. Maybe if y'all want to see a hard mode run of the games later, I'll do it. But for now, we're just going to be doing this. Normal mode, and even then in normal mode it's still really hard to get past that final boss, man. If you aren't prepped, that final boss is pretty freaking hard. So you really got to make sure like you're prepared, you know what you're doing, all that stuff. Like, it's crazy how strong that final boss is, dude. It gives me nightmares sometimes just thinking about it. But either way, still can't go in the water. So they've kept the original. That's for sure, which is good to see. Good to see. All right, let's get into this. Fight our giant weasels. And you can also like switch on the fly. I won't do too much of that. I really like just maining Ryza the whole time, really. I'm not gonna lie. You'll notice that off the bat. That's how I am. I don't know if I ever got like any comments. Like I always, in those older videos, I never got comments about people being like, why do you just stick with Ryza the whole time? Like I don't know. I just like playing with her. You know, like my guys, Lint and Tao, they're cool, but like they're just not. They're not her, you know. They're not her. Alright, let me go ahead and be Lint and take this guy out. Tao, you can do whatever the frick. I really don't care. Alright, Tao. You didn't have to steal the kill, you know? You could have just let it be, but is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I'm just, it's so cool. It's so cool to have this, like, you know, like back, like, in a weird way. And here we are, the future Atelier. Spoilers for a over 5-year-old game, 100% over 5 years old, almost 10-year-old game. Spoilers, because this game came out in what, 2018? Yeah, almost 10-year-old game. Like, 100%. Super old, who cares, you know? Ryza 3 was the newest one. That's why everybody was like, why are we making a DX trilogy? Because Ryza 3 literally came out not even 2 years ago. It's 2025. It came out in 2023. So a lot of people were like, why are we already getting a DX? And there's Claudia. Good land. That didn't sound anything like Ryza. She's like, what are you doing? I see that. I don't, bro. You asking the wrong person. Alright. Here's where they're gonna establish our other character, which we won't even get unless we beat all of what's his face's I forget his name, but her dad's trials or whatever. Why did I even try to say his name? I could have just said Claudia's dad, but it is what it is. I'm so dumb, bro. And this is gonna be the Atelier eventually, as y'all know. If you don't know, this is why it's called the secret hideout. What? Title drop? She even says, like, this is our secret hideout. I also like how they've changed. So it used to be green on the map, the areas that you needed to go to. Now they've changed it to like this blue glowing. So that's really good to see because it actually helps be more clear with where you need to go. Same with the objective. It now glows. It used to be just a little blue marker. Now it like glows, so it's more clear. Because that's the thing about this first game. This first game definitely was a little unclear with what you had to do, where you had to go, and stuff like that. And there's a lot of padding time that the game tries to give you in the early stages, where it's like, oh yeah, here, this is where it's like go explore and synthesize, and then it's like you can't really do anything because the game's holding your hand a lot. So our turn, let's do it. Yeah, it looks pretty strong. Alright, Tal. Alright, Tal, bro. I have noticed, though, the model kind of looks a little different with these suits. I'm guessing because they weren't made for the game originally. So they've kind of changed some aspects of the costume. So that's interesting, to say the least. Don't ask. Okay. I love this battle music, dude. It's so nostalgic. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna build AP for now. Look at my boys go. We ganging up on them. Let's get it. Alright. There we go. Lint the goat, bro. And he's got the cape. He didn't have the cape in the last one. Now he's got like that scarf that like Eula from Genshin Impact has, and it's so good. I love it. I forgot, dude. After every fight in this game, the second game and the third game, they sitting here like, oh, sorry. Like, bro, in Ryza 3, it got on my nerves so bad because they were like, oh, we beat it. And I'm like, y'all acted like you ain't killed a demon queen and a demon queen's assistant before. And you trying to say that was a hard fight? All right, bro. Like, it's crazy. Here's where we're going. Gonna find Claudia Valence. Everybody's like, oh, they're never. I'm not gonna get into that. This fan base isn't nearly as bad as Sonic fan base, My Hero fan base about that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna leave it. Look, we just get this fan base is nice. It's chill. They like the games, cute girls doing cute things, and they just give us good artwork, and I love that. That's all we need. That's all we need. We don't need any of this. Claudia and Ryza. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're just best friends. That's all it is. You know. You can clearly tell who they try to ship them with, but you know. This game would try to tell you that it's lint a little bit, the first one, and then you get into the boast stuff and it's like, alright. But there we go. Now we're gonna meet all our characters. I've actually never realized, because I've always tried to like explore more than I was supposed to originally, but the game does hold your hand. I don't remember it actually moving this fast though, honestly. They kind of just establish all the characters in the game like immediately off the bat, so that's interesting. And there's Claudia's theme. Bros are just standing there. Yeah. Yeah. And now they're talking about the traveling. Why am I trying to focus in on the lore like I don't already know what happens? But I already do. But they were talking about earlier. Like I said, if you sorry, it's been a rough week. Like I said, if you don't already know, about anything from this game, pause to read whatever. I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna be that guy, you know. So that's just me. But oh, hello. I don't know why it did that. Up there. Oh, I was like, did they jump down now? Oh yeah, so by the way, we are gonna lose this fight. This fight is designed for you to lose. This thing's super overpowered, yeah. So it's designed to like one-shot you, basically. And you're gonna lose. Now I'm stuck with Tau freaking Montgarden, bro. I'm just gonna stick with Ryza, honestly. In life or death, I'm gonna stick with Ryza. Bro's just dead. Dang, I forgot that there's actually cursing in this game too. That's hilarious. I totally forgot about that. I think it's only really from the guys though. I don't think the girls really do it too much in this game. Maybe like Leela, but Not that it bothers me. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. But it just, I find it funny because these games are just so like cozy. You can kind of just sit back and play them. Like that's why I feel like playing this game is going to be great. Because one, I get to redo, it's an excuse to redo my playthrough for Ryza. But as well as like, they're just so cozy. Like, especially if you already know what happens, like you can just sit here and yap all day. So I can just yap about whatever the frick I want. So, which is really what I've just been doing. Yeah. But that is, I just kind of find that funny because, like, obviously, Ryza. Oh, they are closing their eyes. Never mind. That's actually I don't think that was a detail they actually put in the original game. So that's interesting. Like I said, I think there's added animations. Because, like, now, there it is. See, because that was before, but, and a cutscene previous to that. But there he is. The goats. Empel and Leela. Empel Valmer. Leela Decrius. Yeah, we killed him, Bree. How strong is Impel at this point, you know? Maybe they had to, like, match their power, but... It does seem like a lot of, like, the hair physics and stuff are absolutely bugging the frick out. I don't remember if they did that... I don't remember if they did that in the first original game. But... Mysterious boy. Bro, that is a full-grown man. He ain't no boy, bro. He ain't no man. I would be very curious if later on you get to unlock an outfit and it's the Impel Ryza outfit. That would be really cool from Resna if they add that, but that, oh, that would be so cool. I would love that, dude. I'd freaking love that. Dang, bruh. Yep. Here she goes. She getting into it. Bro, I remember... I'll say this. I remember when I was, like, first getting into the game. I was kind of, like, just experiencing it for the first time. And I've never really been, like, huge in, like, alchemy, wizardry kind of stuff. Like, not that I think it's, like, a bad... I don't care. If you're interested in that stuff, that's fine. That's completely fine. But I was never, like... huge on it in the aspect, like, I didn't find that stuff entertaining. Like, I'm not into Harry Potter or anything like that, or alchemy and anything like that, because I just didn't really, like, find that stuff entertaining to me. I would rather a superhero story or anything like that or something like that. So when I first played this game, like, I remember surfing the PlayStation store, right? Looking for a new anime game to play, because I was just so sick and tired of the crap that Bandai Namco puts out every year. The stupid arena fighters. I don't care for them, which we are going to be getting into My Heroes All Justice. I will say that. We are going to be getting into that soon. I'm very excited for that. But regardless to say, I remember I was just so tired of those types of games. I was like, I need something original. Like, I don't really care if I don't know who these characters are. I just need an original experience. And I saw, like, Ryza, and it was, like, on sale. Ryza 1. And then I also saw that it had two other games. I was like, what? This has a whole trilogy? These games must be, like, really good or whatever. So I'm playing. And I remember, first of all, I was, like, really enjoying. I was like, this is a really cozy game. Like, I'm enjoying this. Like, this is really, really freaking fun. It was a game that I got into that I was having fun with. And then I remember as well playing, and when she got into, like, the alchemy part right there, I was like, but I'm not really, like, a person that's, like, all into alchemy. I don't know if I'm really gonna, like this kind of thing. And then we started getting into the alchemy stuff, and I really freaking liked it. Like, I didn't use it too much. Okay, I'll say this. On my first playthrough, it was definitely it was a lot tougher compared to the playthrough that I had on my channel. The playthrough on my channel was the second time I'd play this game. This is the third time I'd be playing this game, technically, through DX, though. So, I remember that, and, I remember that and being like, I don't know if I'm gonna, like, you know, I like this system, it's cool, but I'm not gonna really interact, and that's what made it harder. And then that's when the game, like, forced me basically to interact more with alchemy and the systems that it was putting together, and I realized I, like, really liked it. I'm like, dang, this alchemy stuff, I must have been sleeping on it, because it's, like, way cooler than it actually was. And I remember like really like it. So now like I'm like kind of into it, but I think the way that they do it is, I don't know if it's like different from how alchemy's portrayed in like media particularly. It could be the same, it could be similar, it could be completely different. I don't know. You'd have to let me know in the comments below. But I think the way that they do it here is really cool. And the way that they handle, I know mana's like a huge thing in like the other games, and it's kind of the same here. It's not like insane in this game, but it's like, it's not really a key point here. But oh my gosh, the lighting, dude, look at that. And the water looks really good. Dang, they've definitely upscaled a lot here. I can definitely tell they've upscaled. So there is that. But I'm just gonna fight everything as I can, because one, it's an excuse to yap and pad up some time, but as well as, you know, like I'm saying stuff. I don't know if exactly it's like the same as, I don't know if it's the exact same as, you know, alchemy in the way it's portrayed, but like I like the way that they do it here. And mana was not huge in this game, but it was like huge in 2 and 3. But it's not like Ryza could exactly use it, but she could like detect it and stuff like that, and she had connection to it, which was like, I don't know. It was all like super confusing. I only remember bits and pieces of that kind of stuff, because, you know, the lore and the story does kind of jump around a little bit in this game. Did he always do that? Did he always do that? I know Tao always did that, but Lint, bro, my goat, dude. But yeah, I just like the way that they did it, and as I got more and more into the game and the cozy game, because I honestly think I needed this game at a time, at a crucial point in my life. It's gonna sound kind of cringe, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but like, hear me out on this, chat. I think I needed this game at a crucial time in my life. It taught me to slow down and appreciate things and take your time with games. Persona kind of taught me that too, because I had played Persona before then. So I was already looking for a game similar in style like this. Obviously, you don't have like the choice aspect in this game. This game's very linear in story aspect, but it's still like, you could definitely just slow down, collect material, do all this other really, really fun stuff, and just not really have to worry about I guess, taking everything at like breakneck speeds. This game is way more cozy in the fact that it lets you just go at your own pace. Now, obviously, like I said, we're gonna try to steam past this first part of the game, because it does hold your hand really hard, and once it starts opening up, we'll be like, okay, let's slow down a little bit. So I am gonna steam a little bit past this first part of the game, I will say that. But for the most part, this game definitely is like cozy. We'll be able to slow down and just take our time with it. It's gonna be a nice breath of fresh air comparatively to what we're gonna be you know, be doing on the channel, which is like faster paced games and stuff like that, which what was his name? He's Valent something. Leo? Lubart. That's it. Lubart. Yes, Lubart Valent. Yeah. Ah, the color, dude. It makes me so happy. The color makes me so happy to see, dude. This game was, that was the only real huge problem I had with this game. Like, I was able to get into the game when I first played it, but golly, how washed out it was just like crazy. I hope they fixed that in Ryza 2, because Ryza 2 had that problem for me as well. And I think that was like something that was just so, as much as I enjoyed Ryza 2, as much as I loved it and enjoyed it, it looked more washed out than this game did. And I think that's why I just didn't enjoy it overall more. I enjoyed the lore and the story of it, like compared to the first game and the third game. I'll say that the second game story definitely is better than the third's, even though I haven't fully finished the third's, so I can't really say anything about it. But from what I've experienced so far, it's kind of interesting with the Age of God stuff. But the washout color didn't really do, and I know that's something that I think a lot of I might be in the minority on, because I know a lot of people really enjoyed that look because I think it's in older games, and it might be why people didn't really like Ryza 3, because Ryza 3 was way more colorful and vibrant, which I personally liked, and I love the models and I love the way the graphics look in the game. I think it's the best looking of all three of the games, which is another reason why it's my favorite. The continuous movement, being able to pick up things and still move and have like a workflow, the more in-depth alchemy that was already in-depth from the first game and the second game, and they went even deeper with the key system. Battling system was awesome. Music is amazing. Not better than 2's. I think 2 still has the better soundtrack, just by a little bit. But there's definitely some. I prefer the battle music of 3 compared to this one and the second. But there's still a ton of freaking content like in 3 that is just like I just generally prefer over this game. If I were to rank it, I would probably put this game at second. I would put 3 at 1 as my favorite. This one would be second, and then 3 would be 2. But don't think that means, oh, I hate 2. No, I love 2. 2's amazing. 2 is phenomenal. It's an amazing game. So is this game. This game's awesome as well. And the only reason I put it at second is it has that special value because it was the very first Atelier game I played that got me into it, that got me to play the other 2 games. Ryza 3 will just always be my favorite because it's just that amazing. Because, I mean, first of all, Ryza 3, like, you not only do you just get objectively more zones, the free roam's better, even though it's a little more linear and hallway-like, which I know some people probably didn't like compared to Ryza 2, which was way more open, which I'll give that. Ryza 2 was definitely more open, but you still get Ashrian Bard in that. You get Kirkin Island in that game. You get literally everywhere, and you get the new locations. So you still get like everything in that game. And I do think that the DX version of Ryza 3, we'll see when we get there, but I do believe that they've opened it up more, like Yumiya has. So that'll be interesting to see if they do that. But yeah, I hope they got rid of that washed out color in 2 because that felt worse. Graphically, I think 2, even though it's an objectively better game and improves on everything from the last game, and while it still looks good, I think graphically looked worse than 1. I might be in the minority on that 100%. I know I probably am, but I still think that game looked worse than this one and the third one. Nothing tops the third one in graphics department. Third looks the best, 100%. I don't think that's up for debate. I don't think anybody can debate that. But 2 definitely in the graphics department looked way more washed out than this game does. So I'm hoping that got fixed in this DX trilogy, because right now this is looking really freaking good. This is looking really freaking good. Not better than 3, of course, and 3 is probably going to look even better. I doubt they've made that much changes to 3. I'm going to be honest. I doubt they've made that, because it really looked like they didn't make that many changes when they were like showing everything off. Like, they showed the most changes for that, and they were like, oh, here's these characters that were supposed to be here originally that are now here. And I wonder if they're just going to get added to the roster, if they'll do them as like DLC, like this game's gonna do, and that 2 will probably as well do. So I'm wondering if they'll do that. But they definitely like advertised that game the least, because I mean it came out 2 years ago. There was really no reason. I would have honestly just taken a DX of this game, honestly. But I get it. Do the whole trilogy while you're at it. You know, definitive one. If you don't have the originals, they're now delisted, so you won't be able to get them. So I got rare games now, I guess, games that you can't get anywhere else now, which is the original, which I will still definitely be playing. But over the DX, I don't know if I'll be playing it over these DX ports. So far, they're pretty good. I'm yet to see the reception on them. I'll probably look at Steam reviews later when I get some time. Right now I just want to like go into it blind and just give my own observations of how I think the DX port in terms of just quality and everything stacks up to the originals, and so far so good. Got rid of the washed out color. In my opinion, it just looked a little washed out, like bland, I guess. I wouldn't say washed out. I guess that is the correct correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if that is the correct term or not, but it looked a little more washed out, where now it looks like more vibrant, colorful. The performance seems to be pretty okay. It doesn't run as good as the original. Like, I'm noticing as I turn the camera, like, it's not as smooth and fluid. It is like when I'm like, okay, so like it is like going around Ryza, but going around everywhere else, it's not as smooth and fluid. I've noticed that immediately off the bat. But then again, most every single Atelier game that releases has performance issues, so not too surprising in that aspect. I'm gonna go over here so I can get this. All right, cool. So not incredibly surprised in that aspect, but it is nice to see this Kirkin Island again from this point of view. I mean, I literally was just, like I said earlier, I was literally just playing the first game not even a few days ago. Like 2 or 3 days ago. Like, I think I played it on Tuesday, yeah, Veterans Day. I played on Veterans Day because I had a day off from work, so I was like, I'll boot it up, whatever. You know, it's close, and I was showing one of my friends that's also into Atelier. I was just kind of, you know, playing it, getting him into it a little bit. Well, not getting him into it, but just showing him. He had never played the Ryza game specifically, so I was like, I'll show him, and he liked the music and stuff, so that was cool, for sure. But I'm excited. Like I said, I've already been excited. I mean, you can tell I've just been yapping this whole freaking video, but I'm hoping it's entertaining. We'll see what happens. These cozier games, I can tend to just kind of yap about whatever the frick, and I'm gonna be making, obviously, the whole time, because I did this in 2 and I did this in 3. I made comparisons to 1 from 2, and I made comparisons from 2 to 3 and 1. So I'm gonna be making comparisons the whole time, but this time I'm gonna be making comparisons from the original first game to the DX port, obviously. So, and from what I know, I mean, this is basically just giving it the Persona treatment. Like, Ryza's skin looks way more vibrant and colored here. Like, it used to have this like bland look to it, and now she looks like way more colored, and it's nice. I really love that. The more costume skins, amazing already. More clear on where you can go on your locations, because the first game, even though it definitely had the minimap was definitely confusing at times. It was hard to tell. It was hard to tell where you were going, what you were doing sometimes, and sometimes the game was unclear and you would get stuck a little bit. So there was that. Already a lot of autoplay, which was not in any of the games unless you had the PC version. I think the PC version added autoplay, but having autoplay now just in general, and this will be running on PS5 and Xbox Series X, which didn't originally because it came out in the older generation, the PS4 and Xbox One. So it makes sense that they also did this. They wanted to get a higher version of it. So far so good. Everything looks really good. Like I said, yet to look at reviews. I probably won't look at reviews until after I'm done with the game, or maybe I'm just gonna get curious at some point and I'll look, and depending on the reviews, I'll just see kind of where I stack up with it in terms of my opinion, because that's probably what y'all care about anyway, is mine and not everybody else's. But if there's anything that anybody talks about that I'll see, and then maybe I get to that certain point or something, I'll mention it or talk about it and give my perspective. Because like I said, so far it looks like they've made the animations definitely look more fluid. Like right there when like Lumbar moved to the front, first of all, they gave him his color hair back. Before he used to have just straight plain hair. Now he's got the little 2 greens there that they added later, so I guess keeping him more consistent. I guess you can definitely tell that, or it's always been there and I just never realized. But you could definitely tell like the animations and the cutscenes are a little more fluid and they're faster. That's another thing. They're definitely faster, because when she would do that, that used to be such a slow animation. When she would like put her hand, like the animations in this game moved so slow back in the original. So they've sped up the animations, which is nice, and added new ones, it looks like. So that's really, really good, honestly. I'm glad that they've done that, because if they didn't do that, man, we were going to be cooked. We were 100% going to be cooked. So I'm glad that they went out of their way to add animations and other things. They've also, it looks like they've changed these text bubbles now. Also, yeah, they never appeared over people before, so I guess now that I could be tripping. I'm gonna go back and look at some of my older Ryza vids to see, but I don't think these text bubbles were above people before. So that might be new as well. I know that shop wasn't, so if he has a shop. Oh, he's restocking right now, so I can't do anything. Whatever. Let's get it. But either way, so far so good in terms of how this port stacks up to the original. I think so far they've done everything a lot better. Like even just down to the icons in the corner, you can see it there. You can see just how like more, you can tell where objectives are. It isn't like a bland color, it's like a very vibrant blue. You can see it in the basket. Just that was the first thing that popped out to me when I saw a basket. They did not have that in the first game. I don't even think they had that in the second game. I think they added the basket like feature in the third game where you can tell how much items you have in your basket just based off of that. They never had that before, so that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see what we got. Well, she's gonna sit there and contemplate, I guess. Yeah, she's contemplating. She's gonna get down in the dumps again. But golly, the hair texture's so nice. I love it, dude. Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of the cutscene dialogue is the same, but it looks like they've improved a lot of the animations, maybe even added extra ones, because I remember how basic the original ones were. Very, very basic. So I'm wondering if they've done that same thing. I'm wondering if they've done that same thing for 2 and 3, because 3, it was like a really funny game, so I'm wondering if they've done that same thing for 2 and 3, because 2 had that same issue that the cutscenes in this game had. So I'm hoping they've improved and added extra ones, especially because it's just definitively a better game in terms of just everything. So I'm hoping they've done that. And I'm hoping 3's gonna have like top-notch animation. It already kind of did, but I hope it has even more. Like that's what we need from 3. That's what we need. Bro said it's got nothing to do. Now she gonna perk up. Ugh. Dude, Lint's outfit is so drippy, man. It's so drippy. I'm keeping that outfit on Lint the whole time. That thing is so drippy, dude. I'm keeping that junk on, so the whole playthrough, that junk's staying on, bro. I don't care. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, I'm gonna run this costume for a little bit because bro, this costume's so awesome. I love it. Alright, let's get it. It looks so cool too. She even got like the little moon right there. That's so cool. It's so cool to see this out. This outfit, I'm pretty sure, is completely original. This was not in the first game or the second game. The second game had outfits similar with the Puni outfit. This could be from this could be an original that they made based off of my 3 save data, that or my original first game save data. But I think the first game save data gives you the anniversary outfit, so I think that's what that is. I'm not too sure, but we'll have to see. But the fact that this just comes bundled in with all the DLC and everything is amazing, so you don't have to buy all the DLC again, and you get extra stuff on top of it. So really cool. All right, here's where she's gonna be like, all right. I love it. Yep, there we go. So she just she just walks off. It would be funny if you could see her in the cutscene like way back there, but you can't. Wait. I thought I saw movement. But I didn't. We're good.
あなた
どうしたんだいミオ
どうしたじゃないよまたライザに逃げられてまったくどうしていつもああなんだろうね
まあの年頃の子には畑仕事は退屈かもしれんだが根気よく説得すれば
Carl's a goat. I love this guy. Sorry, I didn't have really anything to say there. I was just kind of chilling.
ごめんね、お父さん。私はまだ当分、その境地にたどり着けそうにないのよ。
And like they're like honestly like you know you always hate troublemakers in games and stuff, but she's like the good kind of troublemaker. Like she's not like really a bad kid. She's just adventurous. Like, you know, like she's not actually like a bad kid. Like she's not out here destroying bathrooms in the freaking school, you know, like she's not doing any of that. She's just wanting to go on an adventure. Very harmless. Like she definitely just wants to shy away from, like, she's a kid. She wants to shy away from work. There's nothing she really wants to do. She doesn't know. Dude, they have turned the hair physics on this game all the way up. They used to have no hair physics in the first game. I've noticed that off the bat as well too. But like, you know, she's just a kid, so it's not like, I don't blame her, but like, you know, she's not the best. Like, they make it seem like, oh yeah, like you're such a bad trouble. Like, yeah, like she runs off and she gets in trouble a little bit, but she's not like that kind of bad troublemaker. Like, she's really just like the kind where it's like, oh yeah, like, hey, you're gonna get yourself killed and or hurt, you know? But it's not like a bad kind of troublemaker, you know? I'm actually kind of alright, bro. Pack it up. Doki doki.
Ryza だけじゃなく、僕らにも期するものってのがあるんだよ。
タオにも？まあいいか。ごめんください。
Apparently though, I did hear that this game was the last game to have an English dub, and then there's like absolutely no settings for it. So I don't know. Dude, the models do look more improved. I've noticed that as well. I don't know if it's because of the certain skins I'm wearing, because when I got into the game, like immediately before I changed the costumes, the models looked kind of relatively the same, but like now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if it's the costumes or what. But they definitely look like the models look improved. Like they definitely look a lot better than they did. They used to look more stiff and kind of blandish a little bit, but now they like look really good. Like Ryza has a lot of high detail in her face and hair. Same thing with Lin, Tao. Like they all look a lot better. It's really nice to see. Really, really nice to see. Yeah, bro, need that training.
クリント王国の遺跡調査をしてると聞きました。それならこの本を読めるんじゃありませんか？
Can you read this book? Yo.
私に錬金術を教えてください。
I love how bro was just not interested at all until he saw. I've never realized this till now, but bro was not interested at all in training any of them or doing anything until he saw Tao's book. He's like, hold the phone. All right, we'll take you. He's like, we'll take you. Get trained right now. Teaching him how to read the freaking book. So if you think about it in an inadvertent way, he is Tao's teacher is also Impel. But he taught him how to read, basically. I mean, he just taught the bro. Bro said, of course I could read it. Proverbial Jack. Yeah, bro's interested now. He's like, all right, you know what? I'm dead. I suppose I can get a few. Oh, not just a few, Leela. Not just a few. Yeah, let's get it. Now we finally get into item collecting, man. Jeez, I at least wanted to get this far. It's already been an hour and 7 minutes. I need to get into item collecting before anything. But item collecting is like the best part of this game. This game's nothing without the item collecting. Then you're just running around doing nothing and just fighting. And then it's boring. See, that's what makes this game like... Well, I say that like you can't pick up items in other JRPGs. You definitely can. But not to the extent of this game, I believe. Where like, there's some things you just pick up in other JRPGs and they're just useless as frick. But here it's like... Everything matters. To an extent, even if you're not going to use the item, everything just matters, you know? I will determine if you have such talent. And yay, now it's gonna sit here and teach me how to do alchemy. I already know how to... I get it. I get it. It's, you know, it's a new save data. It would be cool if I could transfer my save data, but I'm not gonna do that. This is a new playthrough. New playthrough, new beginnings, you know. Only here on the More Barasby channel, you know. If you want this bonus content, that's where you're gonna find it. You're gonna find it right here. So, you know, there's probably gonna be people that are gonna be subbing to this channel that probably don't even know about the main channel, but they like this channel more because I play more variety games. You never know. That could be it. That could be it. And don't worry, I mean, I'm gonna be doing gaming, but this channel isn't gonna be gaming forever. Like I said, you want to check out the main channel for that. Once the main channel gets big enough, I can play literally whatever the frick I want, you know, and then we'll do that. But for now, like, hey, you can enjoy the gaming while it lasts, and I'll eventually probably, like I said, I'm definitely gonna be revisiting this DX trilogy, and I'll probably be doing it on the main channel the next time I revisit it. So you get to kind of see it here as a test experiment and then see it there, you know. So super excited about that. Still gotta make the thumbnail. But we'll see what happens. Gather materials? Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I'm dumb. When I heard Fairy Stone Forest for the first time, I did not know it meant that little area. Now I know where it is, but like I thought it was that little area. The actual forest that we were just in, where we were fighting the monsters, I didn't know it was actually on the map. So, and that's the thing. The game was very unclear. So sometimes you were just like, oh, what the frick, you know? But wasn't getting into it. I'd almost forgotten about you. My very small friend is crazy. Hey, bro's doing it. Let's get it. I wonder what the training... I would like if they'd add some... I don't know if they did or not, but I would like to see if they possibly they added some extra context. Because I'd love to see, like, what the frick, you know, Impul and Leela were doing in their free time, you know? That'd be cool. Yeah. See, these rooms look way more... I just noticed it. As we entered out of that cutscene, you saw the washed out color, and then it turned into what this is. So they definitely upped the color, which I think, personally, some people, like I said, some people probably aren't going to like that, and that's completely fine. Me, personally, I like it. When you were indoors in this game, it did not look good. I'm just gonna be honest. That's the way I saw it. The cutscenes kind of revert back to normal a little bit, but indoors there looked really good. But when you were indoors in the original game, at least in my opinion, it did not look that good. The lighting was just so weird. I didn't like it. It looks very, very washed out. Way more washed out than the rest of the game did. But it seems like certain cutscenes look like they still retain the original, and then some don't. We? Who's we, bro? The rest of them were doing the other stuff. What? Alright, Bose. Look, I'm not gonna say nothing because y'all know Ryza 3 Bose is like my goat afterwards, but like this is like his hater arc, you know, and then he gets his development halfway through the story. Like, this is his hater arc, you know, he gets saved. Discount Bakugo. I would not be surprised, bro, if, because this came out in 2018, right? My Hero's been out since 2014, the manga, and the anime's been out since 2016, you know, and we're in the final season now, if you're caught up on My Hero, which took 8 seasons, which I predicted perfectly, by the way. And the manga's been over for a while now, like about a year or so now, or something like that. It's probably going on 2 years at least, maybe. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while. But needless is all that to say, I would not be surprised if Bose was like inspired off of Bakugo, bro, because this dude's arc is crazy. So I mean, obviously they were all friends before. If you don't know, they were all friends before, and then Ryza fell in the water. She can't swim or whatever, at least at this current point in time. She can swim in the other 2 games, because she learns eventually and gets over her fear of water. So she has a fear of water because she can't swim, because she almost drowned one time, and Bose ran off to go get an adult, which was Agatha, you know, and then they held it against him, saying that he ran away and all that stuff, even though bro was just trying to do something, you know, it's just a misunderstanding between kids, basically, right? And bro took that personally. And he went to his hater arc. It was like when Bakugo's quirk manifested, he just became a hater. Bro just became a hater when he was a kid. His quirk manifested, which was tattletaling, and because I guess they got mad because they didn't want him to tell an adult, but he needed to get Agatha to save him or whatever. But bro was like, all right, cool, and then they still got the you know, I would not be surprised, because then you go through a whole, like, okay, think about it like this. Bakugo goes through a whole development arc where he's a hater, their relationship is completely and totally screwed, right? Then he gets saved by them. Specifically Deku, like, that's the biggest thing. He got saved, ended All Might's career, but not really. It wasn't actually his fault. It was gonna happen anyway. But whoa, hold on, yo, look, they changed. Okay, so I've noticed that. So if you look in the corner there, that used to glow green. Now it glows a certain color. Now it glows, it doesn't even glow green, and it's not even washed out. It's very bright. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they changed the lighting in this game, because everything's so vibrant, it glows colors now and everything like that. So it's really nice. And so the cool thing is you know, Bakugo gets saved, whatever, and then they finally have the fight, and then they have like he has a whole development all the way through up until the end, where they finally become friends again, because they were best friends before the quirk manifested. And it's the same thing with Bose, where like Bose is like, oh, you know, and then he gets saved in this, he gets saved by a dragon, and then bro was like on like sort of a hater arc, but then he started to understand people, especially after he meets I forget her name, but after he meets what's her face, Kilo. He meets Kilo, and he's like, development, and then he gets like really developed at the end, and he's really cool again. But then he gets even more and more, and then like he's still kind of like, they still like playfully tease with each other, so it's not like their relationship's like 100%, but you can definitely tell like they're friends now, like, you know. So they just playfully, like, was he winking in that original cutscene? I can't remember. But there we go. Now we know how to do alchemy. But I knew how to do that. But yeah, I would not be surprised if like they inspire Bose from like Bakugo in like story writing wise, you know. I would not be surprised at all. They probably was just completely random, but who knows, you know. Like, the thing is, I mention that because, look, y'all gonna hate on me in the comments, especially because one is completely and totally unrelated to anything. But right now we're not really even doing anything. So please just bear with me. Shut the frick up. All right. bear with me. We're not even really doing anything right now. We're in the phases of learning the alchemy, learning the systems that the game wants me to learn, that I already know how to do because I'm so freaking smart and I've played the game before. So, you know, that's cool. But anyway, all that to say, what does this have to do with you know, Ryza? I actually, dang, my ADHD got the best of me there. I'm not gonna lie. Because that, I just forgot what the frick I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so dumb, dude. I completely forgot what the frick I was gonna say. I ain't gonna lie. What the frick was I gonna say? Something relating to My Hero, I think. Oh, yeah. I bring that all up to say, because like I said, I say, everybody's like, oh yeah, well, My Hero, you know, like, what does that do? Like, the thing is, like, whether you want to admit it or not, My Hero is incredibly influential. It is one of the reasons the great anime shift happened in the first place. It literally the whole reason. We would not have anime here in the West if it was not for My Hero, at least to its popular degree. We would not have anime in the West if it was not for Dragon Ball, but even then, Dragon Ball came out. Dragon Ball was here in the West, so was Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, but you were looked at as weird. My Hero made it common to where it's not weird to watch anime anymore. Like it was that for that reason, and it makes sense because it's superheroes, and superheroes are really big here in the West, so it makes a lot of sense. And he literally took inspiration from that. So it's like, whether you like it or not, it sold over 100 million copies. So more copies than Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer combined. I'm pretty sure it sold way more, and it's just better story-wise, better character-wise, everything like that. Just, it is literally one of the most influential, and like, there's a reason why people consider it the new Gen Big Three, the number one of the new Gen Big Three, or even maybe the father of new Gen, the father of new Gen anime, because like, legit, like, that junk, it's just so influential, it's not even funny. It's just, it's done so much for anime in the West, and there's nothing you can really do or say to refute that, because it's true. But anyway, all that to say, how does this relate to our Ryza? It doesn't. It doesn't at all. But there we go. We got into alchemy. That's really cool. I'm super excited for that. I am going to probably, after this cutscene, leave that there, because I've been going on for about hour 20, maybe a little more. I do want to pick up some material, so we might do that. I might pick up some material, do some alchemy here on screen for a little bit, and then we'll end it off, because I want to at least get to hour 30. I'm at hour 19, hour 20 here, and now. So, we'll give it about 10 more minutes, and then I'll end this video here, and then we'll get into the next part, because I'll be super excited for that. I won't even get time to finish editing this. The only reason I wanted to kind of wrap it up now, I might as well, because it's 10:57. I won't have time to edit if I don't wrap up now. So we'll wait till this cutscene, and then we'll wrap it up here, and we'll get into the next part. I'm super excited to be getting back into this game, by the way, especially because, one, like I said, this is basically a replay. Better audio, better quality, better everything, so I get to get back into the game. What do they want us to do? Head to the forest. Ruster's home to start working on more recipes. Okay, yeah, so we can start grabbing stuff now, I believe. Let's see. Yep. Awesome. So here's where we're going to start discovering a lot of cool new stuff, because we can start grabbing stuff. Super exciting. Love that. But yeah, this is where everything comes kind of available on the map, and you can actually, wait, you couldn't originally go here. Or maybe I could, and I'm just an idiot. I think that's the one. So, crab and clean water. Let's get it, baby. But, you know, all that to say, like, yeah, I'm super excited to, like, be getting back into this junk, because, bro, one, oh, hello, okay, nice. One, it's been a while since I even just got, like, played Ryza 1 in general, but two, like, so much improvements have already been made. I can see it clear as day. I'm super excited. It's super fun, super cool. and I'm ready to just get into her humble beginnings again and see the story unfold another time. See her whole the secret series, Ryza, all 3 games, because she was that popular and she's that awesome. We love our big-thighed woman. You know, see the story unfold one more time. See the development unfold one more time. It's gonna be awesome experiencing it here on the More Baraspi channel, where you get to see all the variety content. It's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. You can't go in here yet. No, you can't. That's interesting. So, cannot wait for that. You know, gonna grab as much material here as I can. Also, when you're in the town, the bag doesn't count, so that's pretty cool. You can only do it when you're outside of the town, so like in the other island, the mainland, as they call it. So that's pretty cool. Can't wait for that. Yeah. So, let me fast travel to home because I think it's going to start a cutscene. Yeah, okay. I figured it was going to start a cutscene, but I wanted to go ahead and be in here so I can save, but we'll wait for the cutscene to finish and then we'll get... Oh, isn't that out right here? Ooh. Yeah.
これだ。もう使ってないし、これで行こう。
The first Atelier in her room, and now then she moves it eventually. I think she moves it, or I think she keeps it here and then she gets another one in the hideout. I can't remember. Bruh. bro hit him with a laugh. I can't remember. I think she does move it out and moves it to the hideout once you get the hideout, because when you get the hideout, that's when the game like really opens. The game's like, all right, here you go. But it takes a while to get to the hideout. But I do believe either that or I think this stays in here so you can do alchemy in 2 places. I can't remember. Because once you get the hideout, the fast travel automatically takes you to the hideout and not Ryza's room. I'm pretty sure. Might be wrong on that. But... And the Atelier is just way better anyway. Ryza's room is fine, but like it's just way better anyway. You know. And I mean... This is the most you're gonna see from it. Once you get to the Atelier, you hardly see her room anymore. Even in the second and third game, it's just kind of a nostalgic thing that you kind of see, and you can go to and from it. You can still go in there in not 2 because she's not there in 2, but in 3 you can still go there. But it's still, you know, yeah. Super excited though to get back into this game with all the quality of life improvements too, man. Oh man, it's just it's so good to see. You can't help but just love it. Such a cozy game, just so cool to just sit here and not even just compare to the original, but just sit here and chat with y'all basically. I hope this was a good video. I hope this was entertaining enough. I yapped pretty much for an hour and 25 minutes. That's gonna fill my yap quota for not even just probably today, for the rest of the week. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna definitely be playing today and tomorrow. I literally went to the gym this morning and everything like that. Oh yes, these party quests. I kind of low-key hated these, I'm not gonna lie, because I barely did any of them, and it's maybe they've changed it, but anyway. Now the game's gonna let us get into alchemy. Like it shows the alchemy symbol, and then it shows you here, inventory, bed. Yeah, so it shows you like icons in it. Like that's so cool that they do that. But hey, that's gonna do it for this first episode of Atelier Ryza DX. Atelier Ryza 1 or Atelier Ryza Everdarkness Secret Hideout DX. So far so good on the front of just literally everything. Everything looks so good. It's so vibrant and colorful in this room, and this was one of the most bland rooms in the game. I remember that. So super exciting to just get into this, see all the new stuff, and just super excited to be playing this game. So if you want to see more, you're definitely going to want to subscribe, because you're only going to be able to see it here. But also don't forget to go to the main channel, which will always be linked at the end cards. You can go check out the main channel. I do a lot of Sonic there. Sometimes I do a little bit of variety, change it up. I should be having a, by the time this video is out, you probably have already seen, I'll have a My Hero video going up, a My Hero Ultra Rumble. So I'm going to have a lot of cool stuff coming up eventually. Cannot wait for it. you know, do a lot of Sonic content over there. If you are really into Sonic and really like Sonic, you can go see that over there. But here you can get your variety content, not even just gaming, other stuff that I feel like doing if I ever do it, if I ever get off my booty and do it, but I just don't. So with that being said, hey, subscribe, leave a like on the video, helps out a lot, really does, you know, support it. I don't know if I have hypes on this, but give a hype if I have hypes on this, because that would be really great. It would help get this smaller channel out there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.